felt really bad, but yeah, the virus is really affecting like a lot. Hey guys, so I am currently at work and it is 6 p.m. 6:10 p.m. and I'm currently waiting for customers, so I might have to cut this vlog off right when a customer comes in or if my owner comes in. But yeah, this is going to be like an update, a life update of how the coronavirus is affecting Japan and how it's affecting my life personally. So basically, a background for those of you guys that don't know me, I graduated from Japan 2 years ago, a university in Japan. I spent 1 year in Indonesia pursuing the entertainment industry, and I came back to Japan and I'm currently working part-time, multiple jobs for a couple months, because I want to save up and go back to school to learn languages. So yeah, that's my background, and currently I'm working 4 jobs. One is a drugstore. It's called Daikoku Drug. I'm just gonna say it. A drugstore in Osaka. My second job is an izakaya, a Japanese bar, which I'm in now. The third one is like another kind of izakaya, which yeah, I only work like maybe once or twice, at most 3 times a week, and a convenience store, 7-Eleven. So those are my 4 jobs at the moment, and the one with the longest hours is Daikoku Drug, and that's the one that I'm getting laid off of because of the virus, the coronavirus. Yeah, which kind of sucks because basically what happened was the Daikoku Drug that I work in, it's in Osaka, and that's where there's a lot of foreigners, and most of our customers, they're from China, Chinese people who buy a bunch of stuff from our shop and then like sell it or bring it back to, I think most of them do business back in their home countries, but most of our customers are from China. And ever since the coronavirus happened, they blocked China from exiting or entering Japan or exiting their home country, right? So the number of Chinese tourists just like dropped drastically, which meant that our company's income dropped more than 50%, which is crazy because right before the coronavirus happened, the store was so busy to the point where we didn't have enough staff. Like, we just needed more staff. Even on the days that I didn't put in shifts, like they would make me work, which I declined, of course. But yeah, it was that busy, and suddenly because the virus happened, everyone's getting cut off. And I honestly don't mind being cut off because I have a lot of plan B's and plan C's for other work to do, thank God, because I have a lot of connections, which I'm really grateful for. I think I'm really lucky. But there was this lady at the drugstore, and she's a regular. Like, she's been working there for I think a long time, because she's worked there enough so that she could start speaking Chinese, which I find crazy. She's a Japanese lady, and because the customers are mostly Chinese, like she picked up a lot of Chinese, and like I see her talking Chinese with the customers and stuff, which I find really crazy. And from what I see, she seems like a really good worker. Like, she really works very hard, and even she's getting laid off. And at our waiting room, like our break room, she was saying like how she got laid off that day and she had to go home early, and for her it's gonna affect her everyday life, right? Because yeah, that's where her income comes from. So she was talking about like how yeah, it's really hard for her and stuff. And I'm not sure if this is how she meant it, but I'm pretty sure she felt like it was unfair because she works so hard and she's so committed to the company, but she's still one of the people that ended up getting laid off. I'm assuming it's because a lot of people are getting laid off. So yeah, I felt really bad. But yeah, the virus is really affecting like a lot for a drugstore that big. And that drugstore, it has like a bunch of chains just in Osaka, and apparently our drugstore is better off than the other Daikoku drugs in Osaka because ours is actually pretty big. So even though like the Chinese people don't come, it is a big deal. But we have this floor where it's like a dollar store, and a dollar store is Japanese people come to. Like, it's open for everyone, it's not necessarily only for foreigners. That's why ours is pretty well off, and ours is quite high. Like, we have a lot of floors. But most Daikoku drugs, it's only like 1 floor and 2 floor, and those Daikoku drugs, like, it's like the store is suddenly empty. So yeah guys, that's the update, which means that next week or 2 weeks I'm gonna have another job during the day, which I'm so grateful for. But as of this week and next week, I actually, like, for example, today I didn't have work during the day. My shift started from 6 p.m. and I think I'm gonna get off at 1 or 2 today. So yeah, I was kind of nervous yesterday because, okay, this is gonna be part 2 of the video, but I have depression, and when I don't work, like, I think too much about my depression and I get even sadder. So when I was told that I was gonna get laid off, like, I got so scared. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, when I was so busy, I didn't realize that because I'm so distracted, I don't think about my depression. So I was really fine, but the moment that they told me that I was gonna get laid off, like, the first feeling I had was fear. Not fear because I'm not gonna have money, but fear because, like, I was like, oh, what am I gonna do with my time? Like, I'm gonna think about stuff and stuff like that. And then, yeah, I told my boss that the izakaya I work in, and she also does language. She has an English school, which, yeah, if you guys watch my previous videos, you know, is the school that I originally worked in, and then I ended up working here. So she said that I could start working a little bit in her place as well during the day. Okay, scratch that, not a little bit. Like, she put so much shifts in for me, which I'm so grateful for. So yeah, that's the update. And the English school, of course, pays better than the drugstore. So I'm like, yeah, if I don't mind quitting the drugstore at this point. But yeah, guys, and speaking of the depression thing, I realized, like, I have a lot of, like, reflecting to do. Like, I'm really lucky that I work this much because I could distract myself, but eventually when I go back to Indonesia and when I go back to school, I'm not gonna work this hard because, yeah, I'm just gonna be a student. So which means I'm gonna have a lot of time on my own, which means I'm gonna hopefully I won't be depressed. But so before that point, I have to think of, like, yeah, oh man, I have a lot of things to deal with. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, guys, that's the update. Don't get sick, everyone. Please be safe. Although it seems to me that it's mainly affecting the weak and the old, not necessarily healthy young people. But yeah, be careful, guys. And yeah, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching, and talk to you guys later. Bye. Mwah.